Just checking my voice. Hello, Matt Hoss. I'm the greatest person in the world. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, that's very nice. Dan, why don't you say something nice about Matt Hoss?
Needs a haircut.
Whoa, well, okay. Well, you went personal there. I think my hair's broadly fine. It's just long. And it's velour.
Yeah,
It's
because you're worth it.
It's oh, thanks. It's voluptuous.
Welcome to Miffs. I'm Matt Hoss. And I'm Dan Rhodes. Whether you know about Theseus or you're revising your syllabus, if you want tales with a bit of jest, or you just want to hear about incest. What? What? It's really interesting. Welcome to Miffs. Welcome to Miffs.
Hello and welcome to episode 39 of Miff's podcast. I'm Matt Hoss, your resident host, and we've got our guest back. It's Laura Lex, everyone.
Fuck you, Matt!
What? Oh, what, Laura? What's happened? You've turned very pale and very male.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Wait, that's not Laura Lex. It's Dan Rhodes again. Well, is it you? Are you back from?
I am back.
Back from the dead.
I'm back from the dead.
How was the afterlife?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
What did you get up to?
What did I get up to? I went to Africa.
Sorry, just to clarify, he's not dead. But you went to South Africa, didn't you?
I did go to South Africa. That's why I wasn't here for last week's episode.
That's the first ever time we've done it without you, Dan. And I got to say, it was seamless. It was
Seamless, yeah.
Laura, she was.
I did listen to it, and I have some reservations.
Oh, tell me about
After
that.
strictly telling you. Anyway,
What's your reservations, Dan? Before we get into
just a few things.
before you get into
5 minutes 33. She says. She makes a joke about how she should probably be the permanent guest.
Yeah,
And you're like, oh, yes!
I don't speak like that.
What do you mean by that? Ha ha ha, yes.
Can you do it more in my voice, please?
Ha ha ha, yes!
Fair enough.
Set yourself down for there. And you didn't seem to be... you didn't try and stop her.
Well, Dan,
You weren't like, oh no, Laura, I'm going to be honest with you, you're great and all, but, hey, Dan's my bae.
Dan, I think it kind of goes without saying that that's the applicable anyway. Remember,
That wasn't even the main thing that bothered me.
Wait, hold on. Firstly, remember like 6 episodes ago where we belly slapped? Like, didn't do that, Laura.
Yeah, but that would be sexual harassment, so it's different.
Also, she ate some Weetabix on the podcast.
No, she didn't eat some Weetabix
Not
on the podcast.
Weetabix, but like kind of small Wheaties kind of thing.
No, she didn't. That was my next problem with her.
Yeah, go on,
Which is that she said
Yeah?
that Weetabix was boring.
Is she wrong?
And you agreed.
Is she?
And you agreed.
Did you like my interview questions?
I did like your interview questions.
Just for the listener, if for whatever reason you didn't listen to the previous episode, I gave Laura Lex 5, since Dan wasn't here, I gave her 5 quiz questions to help her kind of integrate with the podcast and see if she was a suitable replicant for Dan. And she kind of passed with flying colours. She didn't like Weetabix, which is a good thing. Only a good thing. She messes up Greek words a lot. That's very Dan.
That is very me.
Yeah, so what was your reservations? As in, like, I don't think that thinking Weetabix is boring is a bad thing. It's quite common. I think you're the figurehead of the pro-Weetabix campaign.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I have started up my own political party.
What's it called? Weeta Brexit?
We are Brexit, yeah. No, it's just called the Weetabix Boys.
Weetabix Boys. That sounds like such an awful album.
Yeah.
The Weetabix Boys.
Got quite a few few policies, actually.
What? Tell me about... Dan, pretend you've come knocking on my door, you're canvassing, and you want to recruit me to the Weetabix... the Weetabix Boy political party.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to tell me...
The WBPP.
Yep, okay. Does Real Weetabix want to sponsor us at any point? Because we give you a lot of free advertising.
Yeah. So we're going to do a mock ding dong.
Hello?
Hi there. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Toast.
Fuck off! So that would be that scenario. Let's do a different scenario, but your answer was different.
Okay.
Ding dong.
Hello?
Hi, excuse me. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Oh, actually, Weetabix.
welcome. I'm actually part of the WBPP, the Weetabix Boys Political Party, and we are big fans of Weetabix, as you are clearly yourself. What did you have with Weetabix today, sir?
I had banana on it.
Fuck off! So let's do another scenario.
It was super aggressive. Because I was trying to, I was getting to there, but it still scared me. Alright, let's do it again.
Ding dong.
I missed this then. Couldn't do this with Laura.
Yeah.
Alright.
Ding dong.
Hello?
Excuse me, sir. Can I just ask a quick question? What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Oh, I had Weetabix.
Oh, wow, perfect. Welcome to the WBPP. We're the Weetabix Boys Society. Me and my fellow colleagues... Oh, they've left. Me and my fellow colleagues are here to just discuss with you, a fellow Weetabix fan, our new political party and the policies that I think you'll be fond of.
Okay, brilliant. This is something I've been looking for my whole life.
What did you have your Weetabix with this morning, sir?
Oh, I just had it plain because that's the only true way to do it. I'm a nationalist.
Oh my goodness, sir! This is very right wing of you. This is so what?
But I did have it with cold milk.
That's fine. That's fine.
Is it fine? Good.
Yeah, not the Weetabix girls' party.
Don't read into that. Okay.
Yeah, we've got just going to talk to you about a few of our policies.
Yeah, what policies are you standing for?
So the first one is that refugees are allowed to seek asylum in the UK if they bring Weetabix with them.
Syrian refugees.
Cereal refugees.
Hey, very nice. That was a callback. Not a racist. Okay, brilliant. I think that's a really nice policy. You know,
we should give everyone a home, provided they like Weetabix.
Yeah,
we don't discriminate, apart from Weetabix.
Yeah, you're running a Weetabix space.
We always make the joke of the WBPP. We don't see colour, just what you had for breakfast.
There's got to be a pun there somewhere. That we
other policies. Is that all children should get Weetabix at school. Free school meals is good for children that haven't got because Weetabix, it's clinically proven, and don't question me on this, it's clinically proven that one Weetabix equals 10 hours of exercise.
Right, just to pause it there for a second then. Using that logic, so one Weetabix biscuits equals 10 hours of exercise, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You can run a marathon, doesn't matter, as long as you do it within 10 hours.
Okay. Bear in mind that in the Weetabix challenge in episode 8...
I ate 12.
So, did you have unlimited energy? Were you Super Saiyan at that point?
Yeah, well, not unlimited, do the maths. I had 1,200 hours of energy.
Thank you for doing the maths. And, honestly, since you're in
No, 120. Fuck. I had 120.
Wait, hold on.
What did I say? Did I say 10 or 100?
Right, you said 10 hours.
Okay, 120. I had 120 hours of energy.
Wow. What did you do in that time?
See, Laura Lex would have done the maths right first time.
Yeah, well, but the thing is, Dan, I just want to say it's lovely to have you back, because,
Thank you.
I did miss you.
Yeah. We'll stop that sketch about political parties. That was funny, though. I couldn't think of anything else.
Oh, could I be your rival?
Okay, what's the rival Weetabix party? Probably UKIP, the cunt.
UKIP are the direct opposite to the In fact, I think there's a lot of weird kind of right-wing tendencies of the WBBP. I think that when I be an advocate for a healthy fruitarian-based breakfast, the banana core.
Banana core?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that makes me feel physically.
Shall we have a political debate?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
In the lead up to an election?
Yeah, so the 4 person will ask us, so where do you stand on education?
I believe that all children have the right to an education, especially one with Weetabix. By the way, we're sponsored by Weetabix. And our logo is yellow, like a Weetabix.
Whoa,
yellow, like a yellow Weetabix box.
But you can't step on my brand in here, mate. This is
no, bananas are green.
No.
Have you ever been on banana safari?
I haven't.
I've been in Africa and I've seen bananas in the wild.
Okay. Oh, look at me. I've been on I've been on a holiday because I work and have money. Oh, look at me.
Maybe that's why we're rivals, because we both have yellow.
But maybe, I'm not sponsored by the man like Dan is. My political opponent, right? He gets sponsored. He's trying to appropriate his right wing rhetoric upon you. He's trying to make a profit out of you. That's very Trumponian. However, me, we want a healthy breakfast because we care about you. We're green in both our breakfast and our policies.
That is good.
God.
I also don't think kids at school should learn maths.
Yeah, fuck
It
that.
just sucks.
Yes, yeah.
So hard.
Oh my god,
No
yeah.
one enjoys it.
And also,
Not useful at all.
hasn't worked, has it?
Not useful at all.
Okay, so Dan, we before we started this podcast, which seemingly seems like a long time ago, Daniel Rhodes, you went to South Africa.
I did go to South Africa.
How was
and
that?
Lesotho.
What's that?
It's a country.
Really?
Yeah. In the middle of... It's a landlocked country surrounded by South Africa.
Does it have any peregrine falcons?
No.
Good.
Just poverty.
Well, maybe as a member of the WBP, you could maybe help them out.
Yeah, I should. No, it was a very, very lovely country, actually. Beautiful. One of the highest countries in the world. The only country in the world to be entirely above 1,000 metres. Or 800 metres. More than 500 metres above sea level.
I bet over the course of this episode, you
Anyway, yeah.
definitely above 5 metres.
Even its lowest point is still quite high. That's the point I'm trying to make.
So what's some of your highlights at South Africa? Why did you want to go there? Why did you go there? And what's the best thing that you got out of it?
I went there because I deal a lot with it at work, and I feel like I know a lot about it, and I feel like it's important to actually go and see this place to see if it is what people say it is, and what they say it is great, and they would be correct.
By the way, Dan his job is flight sales, and he's like, oh, it's great. That's it. That's it.
No, it's really good. And I started in Durban on the east coast, and I made my way across inland through Lesotho, separate country, and down and then across to Cape Town on the other side. So I basically went across South Africa.
And what was the best place in South Africa?
Best place in South Africa? Well, Lesotho was great. I went on safari in Addo Elephant National Park. That was incredible.
Ooh.
Addo Elephant National Park is the third largest park in South Africa and bigger than Greater London.
Okay, yeah.
Because South Africa, it turns out, huge.
It's pretty big.
Pretty big.
Really?
It doesn't look that big on a map because it's all squished because of how
It's
all distorted. But 1.1 million square miles.
Oh, brilliant.
/ kilometres, perhaps.
And
1.1 million square something.
And whilst you were off gallivanting, having fun, I had to stay at home and record more podcasts.
No, in all general though, South Africa is an incredible country. There's not anything you can't do. It's just a beautiful country. And I've never been to South Africa. I've never been to Africa before, so it was I think it was a nice gateway country to Africa. It was a nice introduction to Africa.
So would you go back there?
I would happily, yeah. Particularly Cape Town is incredibly beautiful.
You know, one of my favourite artists, well, not one of my favourite, artist I really like is called Rodriguez, and he was an American artist, and he got really famous in South Africa in like the 80s, but he didn't know he got famous because someone kind of sent one of his cassettes over, and he became like a cult star. There's a good documentary called Search for Sugar Man, and it's amazing. One of the most positive and most beautiful documentaries I've ever seen. Apart from that,
You obviously haven't seen Dear Zachary.
well, let's not go there. The joke I was about to make was, actually, the most beautiful documentary we've ever watched is the Joseph Fritzl one.
That was interesting though, wasn't it?
So Dan, like a couple of weeks ago, we talked about my Edinburgh Fringe experience, and I gave you a list of different things, and as a role reversal, you give me a list of some of your highlights.
I did, yeah.
Some funny stories. So should we do a couple now?
Yes, please do.
Now, I'm going to pick one that you've already told me, because you were too excited to not tell me this. Can you tell the listener more about Lion Sexy Time?
I was deep in the African bush in Mountain Zebra National Park, just south of Lesotho. Deep in the African savannah.
Should I just from what effects? Like,
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Wow. It's good. It's good. We look left and right. We'd spent the day there the day before doing a game drive. Hadn't really seen anything. We'd seen a couple of wildebeests, a few hartebeests. Yeah, we hadn't really seen a huge amount. Lots of springbok, kudu, those kind of things.
Get the fun bit.
Hadn't really seen anything. Went to our campsite, retired for the night, where it was really goddamn cold, by the way. It gets cold at night in Africa, hot during the day, cold as balls at night. Next day, we're driving out. We thought we got a couple of hours to do another quick game drive as we're leaving the park to try and see some more animals. Again, more of the same. See lots of zebras, lots of wildebeest. And then we look to our left. There's two lions. A lioness and a male lion.
Were they on a shirt?
No, sitting in real life, actual wild lions, who, by the way, do look different to zoo lions.
Okay.
Because they were noticeably more like scarred and
like proper alfresco lines.
yeah,
What a middle class way to put that.
Yeah, they were and they a little bit. The muscles were different as well. They looked like these guys.
They weren't on holiday.
They weren't on holiday. These
Sorry,
guys.
that's not to infer that zoos are holidays. No. They're morally ambiguous. So, so I think that, so they're being...
No, it's just like you go to the zoo and you see like a nice, fluffy, well-groomed lion that's lived its whole day in captivity, and then the wild, they've all got scars on their faces, and they...
wild and free.
Yeah. And anyway, but that's a beautiful thing to see wild lions in the wild, right?
Yeah.
And they're just chilling. And we watched them, took loads of pictures, we listened to the guide as he explained about lions.
Yeah, there's this thing, it's like, imagine a cat, but massive as fuck!
And then he was saying that he suspected that these two were away from the pride because they were maybe about to have the sexy time. Ooh. And what lions will do is for 4 days when they mate, the lioness and the male lion in question will take themselves off away from the pride and will mate repeatedly within those 4 days. And not eat at all, and then join back. And then when they're done, they'll go back to the pride and continue life as always. So be like, "Hey, where's Dave and Lucinda?" Oh, they're banging. So
well, there's a lot to unpick there. Firstly, Dave and Lucinda for life.
Are
they a middle class couple from Basingstoke?
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Also, so they mate for 4 days straight.
Yeah.
Lucky. And they also don't eat.
They don't eat during that time. No.
Oh, that's a fun weekend.
The rest of the pride is going about its normal day.
Is it awkward when they come back to the pride? Like, so we haven't gone for 4 days. You haven't called, so I assume you were. With Dave, also if after
they're not like they're within sight of the pride.
That's still weird.
They're just not. They just don't hang out with them because they're too busy doing their own little thing.
Also, if after 2 days, you went, no, I've had enough. Can you just call it quits, or is it always 4 days?
I think it's roughly around like a few days. Can be less, can be more.
Also, you said you were taking pictures. Did you take pictures?
I did take pictures
of the act.
I did take pictures of lions. Fuck.
Do you have a picture of me now?
Yeah, do you want to see?
Yes.
On my camera.
Oh my god! Why did you take pictures of that?
Well, I'm not going to go in. I saw 2 wild lions mating. I'm not going to not take a picture of that, you idiot. Anyway, no, we were watching.
What?
And then 2 like lions. Of course, that's an amazing experience, right?
If you think that's a weird thing, why don't you email us at misspodcast@gmail.com? Because that's not weird at all. This is right. I'm about to see lions fucking for the first time.
Anyway, no, we were just watching them, and then out of nowhere, one of them just kind of stood up and did its thing. Yeah. You think I'm joking, don't you?
Sadly, no, because you got the camera out. But oh, that's cute.
That's what I mean about his face there, look.
Yeah, he's been battle torn, yeah. So that's Dave.
That's Dave.
Oh!
Who's this?
Lucinda, hello.
Lucinda, hello.
Oh.
Boom!
It's really visceral. Okay, shall I describe it for the listener?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
Especially this bit, he's getting really into it.
Oh, he's biting the neck. Oh, I'm going to write that one down. So, Dave the lion, he's pretty much sat on top of her. She looks quite passive during this, and he looks like a 40-year-old man with a lot of tattoos. And he's like, "Oh, go on, Lucinda, come on." Ah. And he looks like he's having fun. Have you got any more?
It honestly, it only lasts like a few seconds.
Well,
yeah, and then I went back to taking pictures of the monkeys.
Oh,
who, by the way, were watching like little monkey perverts. Oh, that's another
monkey pervert.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. I saw 2 lions mate.
Dan, be honest with the podcast. You know, I've been very honest with the podcast for all the episodes.
Yeah.
Was any part of you aroused whilst watching that?
A little bit, yeah. I was jealous more than anything.
Oh, that's cute.
I feel like this doesn't help the listeners.
Dan showed me some cute pictures of safari, like zebras and elephants and stuff like that.
There's a baby elephant, that's what I was trying to get at.
Baby!
Saw a wild baby elephant as well with his mum.
That's nice. Maternal stuff is nice. He just pooped himself. Anyway,
but saw 2 lions have sexy time. Pretty cool, huh?
One more thing, then we'll go into the podcast. That sound good?
Yeah.
So Dan,
it's similar to. Some of them are similar. They all involve sexy time at some point.
Wait, what? Really?
No, of course they don't. Carry on.
Does anyone involved taking your top off and throwing it
No.
at an Irish girl? Good. So tell us about Married a Hitchhiker.
We had some guides in Lesotho, and they were local villagers who, we pay them they show us around, and we talked to the girl, and she was saying how she got married when she was 19, and she has 3 kids. Blah 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 blah. It's pretty normal for Lesotho. They all get married quite a bit younger than we would.
Yeah.
And we asked her, like, how did you meet your husband? And she said, she was hitchhiking one day or something. A lot of them will stand by the side of the road. They obviously don't own cars, so they will wait until cars come past and ask for lifts into town because it's miles and miles away to the nearest shops. And she asked, loads of cars went past, and then this guy had quite a nice car, she said. And she was like, oh, okay, maybe this guy will give me a lift because, not to be superficial, but big car means big money. So she pulled him over. He got in the car, or she got in the car, and was like, hey, can you give me a lift to town? He was like, yeah, sure. Off we go. And then he proposed to her.
What?
And she was like, well, this guy's got lots of money because he's got a nice car.
What?
So she said yes, and now they have 3 kids.
What? Whoa, what the... What?
Africa.
So, you're telling me all I have to do is turn up in the Peugeot 240 and then just ask someone to marry me? Because that is not cool. Like, what? So, how is love so easy for people, Dan?
Well, I guess you just got to be in Lesotho on a dirt road one evening looking for a lift to the shops.
That does sound like a euphemism.
But no, simpler times, right?
Are you trying to say that you were this girl and you're actually married?
Yes, I'm married now to a...
Very rich
a
guy.
chief, yeah.
Oh, well, Dan, what a pleasure it is having you back.
Thank you.
I've missed you. I love you.
Pleasure is to be back in my own flat.
Yeah, we're back in Dan's house in Wimbledon. Oh, God, the times have changed. Last time we were in here, Dan, we did 4 episodes, and people had noticed we got weird.
Last time we did episodes in this particular room, actually, it was like 40 degrees in here.
Oh, yeah, it was very hot. It was, as I've just referred to, like, belly slaps. Belly slaps. Some weird... Should we do a raspberry now, just to really entice the
No, let's not. Please.
Is it because your flatmates are back?
Yeah.
Let's go into the myth. Today, Dan, we are going to do...
Oh yeah, this house is possessed.
Daniel, it's good to be back. Okay, so we're going to be doing a one-off myth today because we've just finished Troy, we've just finished Oresteia. We're going to have some chill-out myths.
We are going to have some chill-out myths.
Chill?
Small little myths.
Not small.
We say,
handwriting,
having done 20 minutes of patter at the beginning.
We're just a small little myth.
So little myth. Oh, he's so diddy.
It is worth an episode. But just a little myths which aren't consequential, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's no parts.
Just fun little myths.
Fun little myths. Anyway, today's myth is called Callisto. Now, have you ever heard of Callisto?
No.
Good. Well, have you... I think Callisto we have approached some time beforehand, but shall we just get straight into it, Dan?
Let's just smash it.
So this is...
Smash the little myth.
Smash the little myth. Oh, we've got a little myth. Callisto. Oh, a little myth. If we ever do a podcast for kids of the same thing, go little myths. Oh,
Yeah.
little myths.
And I can talk to them all about lion sex.
I actually one of my friends did ask me, would my child be able to listen to this? I was like, please don't listen to this podcast because I'm too honest on it. Anyway, this is Callisto. Most of the major constellations of the Northern Hemisphere have a creation story associated with them from Greek mythology. In the case of Ursa Major, the Great Bear, and Ursa Minor, the Little Bear, this creation story is based on the tale of Callisto. Now, I think we've mentioned these constellations in the past, right? Can you remember them?
Well, what do you mean? Well, we know that there are constellations in the sky.
Yeah.
That ancient civilizations throughout history and time have projected some kind of story, picture behind.
What was your point exactly? Basically, I think we mentioned them in podcast before, but we're going to go into detail on the story. Okay. So the story Callisto begins. The story Callisto is one which was told and retold over many hundreds of years, and as a result there are various versions of the myth, but commonly Callisto was said to be the daughter of the impious king Lycaon, and then Neaid Nonacris. So Lycaon and Nonacris.
Lycaon and Nonacris. Noted. They're the mum and daddy.
Mummy and dad of Callisto. Write that in for the Miff musical. We haven't put any work into it since that I'm a little minotaur. And that's slightly Morrissey-esque, that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, Callisto would come to prominence as part of the retinue of the goddess Artemis, and Callisto would be one of the female huntresses who accompanied the Greek goddess. The followers of Artemis were expected to take a vow of chastity and remain virgins, and this was something that Callisto agreed to. Callisto was considered to be one of the most devoted Artemis's attendants, and therefore one of the goddess's favourites. Now, I think we mentioned some of this, but not in detail, in the one we talked about Apollo in the past. We talked about Artemis and Apollo beforehand.
Okay, yeah.
We talked about, I think it's the Zeus episode, because Zeus fucks the mum and then they get protected. But
Okay,
anyway,
so that's 10% of all the myths.
Yeah, in all fairness. Callisto, therefore, was more often than not to be found with Artemis, and this brought her into close proximity with other gods, and eventually the roving eye of Zeus fixed upon her. Because, ironically, what you just mentioned is going to happen.
Yeah. Because if there be clunge roaming around Mount Olympus, Zeus is going to find it. He must just smell it. Do you reckon he must just be eating lunch? Like, there's a woman in here. There's a woman, a new woman. Oh, it's Artemis' girlfriend. Hey, Artemis, when you're not looking, I'm going to get your girlfriend.
And his wife's like, I'm right here.
Yeah, Hera's like, God damn it.
Us, damn it.
Because she's a god.
Yes. But, yeah, what I really liked about having Laura on the podcast last week was that she really brought a new avenue of a new perspective on things. And she really took Zeus to town, and rightfully so. Dan, would you like to do this paragraph?
Yes, please. Now, despite being married to Hera, Zeus was not above taking the virtue of a beautiful maiden. And so one day, Zeus descended to earth from Mount Olympus. This is so weird, he's never done that before.
Oh, also, may I just add, right?
He's never ever cheated on Hera, ever before.
Nor has he gone all the way down to planet Earth just to fuck some bitches.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's an awful term.
That's an awful term, Jesus.
Also,
Do you kiss your mum with that mouth? Because I do.
stop it! This is like the collection of all the weirdest episodes. You're going to get some Weetabix in a second, man. Oh, the thing I was going to say, but then you made it weird, is that well, in a lot of the things we talk about, the humans can't talk to the gods, X, Y, and Z, but there's so many exceptions to the rules. Like, this Callisto just gets to hang out with Artemis all the time, but she's a god and stuff like that. It's kind of a weird thing. Just a plot hole I'm just mentioning.
Okay. Zeus located Callisto while separated from Artemis, and the god approached her. Some say Zeus approached in male form, and some say that he disguised himself as Artemis so as not to alarm Callisto.
But how creepy is that, isn't it? It's kind of like absolutely exploitation of trust right there as well. Like being like, and also, sorry, go on.
Sorry, I've just read ahead.
Do you want to read it?
Yeah, it says, in either case, Zeus was soon next to the beautiful maiden, and before she could protest, the god had taken her virginity and made her pregnant with his child.
What the fuck?
That's the most Zeus thing I've ever heard.
Firstly, that's genuine rape.
Hey Callisto, how you doing? It's me, Artemis. Oh, hey boyfriend. Psych, it's me, Zeus. You're pregnant now. Bye.
Also, firstly, Artemis is a lady, and she's just not.
Oh yeah, sorry, I keep thinking that Artemis is their lover.
No, they're just she's a follower.
They're just like virgins.
So Zeus exploited.
Well, they're more than just virgins. Obviously, they're people too.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Usually, my tolerance to Dan's jokes have been very withered, so it's hit me hard, that one. Okay. So this is a genuinely awful thing, which this has done, and very exploitative. if he approached her as Artemis, that's such a breach of trust.
Yeah, because she thinks he's like her friend.
Yeah, and then he takes her against her will, you know what I mean?
I think I was getting confused because earlier you mentioned Apollo.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Apollo, but he's a boy, and Artemis is a girl.
And also, if it was disguised as Artemis and then had it on, well, did that to her, isn't that kind of like very surprised? Like, it's very, very weird thing.
He'll find a way.
Yeah.
Zeus once fucked a woman as a swan. I don't think it matters what he is. I think he's okay.
Yeah.
He's doing alright.
He's doing... Once, I think it was for Perseus' mum, that he was just golden mist.
That was it. He was. Yeah, he just... You're pregnant now. God damn it, Zeus. There must be there's a phrase there's a famous saying in ancient Greek mythology, which is that, be careful if the wind blows too hard, because it might be Zeus getting you up the duff.
And also, he's incredibly potent. Has he ever had sex and not made a lady pregnant?
Probably not, no.
Also,
Mary Magdalene?
What?
Have you not read the Bible? Mary Magdalene, one of Jesus' friends, was also Zeus.
What a curveball. Okay, just carry on, mate.
We'll cut that out.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Callisto returned to the company of Artemis, but she did not tell Artemis of what had transpired, for she feared the anger of the goddess. Oh, she thinks that Artemis will be angry that Zeus has just raped her friend.
Yeah.
As time went by, though, it became harder for Callisto to hide the fact that she was pregnant. Obviously, because she was pregnant.
And also, Callisto's a huntress as well for
yes,
Artemis.
That's true. And indeed, Artemis discovered that her follower was no longer a virgin. How did she discover this? Wait.
Yeah, hold on.
Because she's discovering that she's now pregnant. Okay, yeah. I thought the side note, Artemis had just been like, you're not a virgin anymore. Whoa, how did you know?
I've got Zeus's clunge smell in the building.
Yeah. Artemis discovered that her follower was no longer a virgin when Artemis saw Callisto bathing in one of the rivers of the forest. She must have seen the bump.
Yeah.
Artemis was indeed angry with her follower for breaking her vow of chastity, no matter that it was Artemis's own father who made her pregnant. As a result, Artemis expelled Callisto from the return. That's true, actually, because Artemis is Zeus's daughter, right?
Yeah.
So that's weird.
Yeah. And
so he's just had sex with one of his daughter's friends.
Oh, it's even more creepy, isn't it? And also, like, it's again, this is classic Greek myth, isn't it? Because being like, Zeus fucked something up, but you know, since now you're pregnant, I'm gonna have to expel you from doing nothing whatsoever.
But yeah,
it's such a victim-blaming policy, isn't it?
It is.
And if Artemis should be angry, she should be certainly angry with her dad as well.
Yeah.
Oh god. So Callisto was alone in the forest, expelled and probably sad. But she successfully... so I added to that.
Expelled and, side note, probably sad.
But she successfully gave birth to a baby boy.
Oh, good for her.
A boy who would be called Arcas.
Oh, a name I haven't heard of before.
Oh, very nice. He actually he set up a academic place where students can apply to go to university, and he called it UCAS.
UCAS, yeah. Arcas, of course, also where we get the term arc from.
Go on, do you want to explain it? Because that's not true.
I think you're about to find out that he built a massive ass boat.
But arc-ass boat, yeah.
An arc-ass boat.
Okay, to be honest, I don't know what happens at the end of this, so if that's true, I will eat my shirt, okay?
Fair enough.
What's going to happen? Are you going to place a bet as well?
No.
I'll tell you what, how about I just pay you that 100 Weetabix, which I still haven't got
But
for you
yeah,
yet.
that's true, yeah.
At least it's not Atlanta, Georgia. It was at this time that Callisto was... For fuck's sake.
You just read ahead.
Yeah, I literally haven't read this book.
What's it say?
What? It was at this time that Callisto was transformed into a she-bear. Like, what?
I like this movie already.
Like,
I've had so much in the space of like a page.
It's just like, oh no, I've been raped, I've had this baby, I've been expelled.
I'm a
I've had
bet.
this baby. What?
It's like the film Brave.
I don't know what that is.
Matt hasn't seen the Pixar film Brave.
Because I'm older than 16. This transformation might have been undertaken by...
Why's your girlfriend not seen it?
Too soon. Oh, not going down that road, Dan Rhodes. It hurts too much to talk about it on the podcast. I am pretty alone at the moment. So, anyway, this transformation might have been undertaken by Artemis as a...
So just for clarification, she's given birth and now she's a bear. I just want to clarify that. She gave birth to a boy called Arcas and has instantly become a bear.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
like not even like had time to have a cup of tea.
Oh,
Instant
wow.
bear. This transformation might have been undertaken by Artemis as a part of the punishment of Callisto. Or it might have been done by Zeus in an attempt to hide his infidelity. Or Callisto might have been transformed by Hera as a form of punishment and as a part of a long-term plan.
All three of those would be messed up.
Yes. So let's go one by one. Firstly, Artemis doing it as a punishment for Callisto.
Well, that's horrible because it was never her fault she got pregnant.
But worse is number two, having Zeus do it as a like, no, I didn't.
But that is something he's done before. He turned Io into a cow to try and hide his infidelity.
But also, the damage has been done. She's been brewing a baby for... she's been pregnant for 9 months and he hasn't done anything about it. And also, how is turned into a bear? Why don't you just pay her off or something like that? Or give her some like support money or some alimony money or something like that, just to hide or something like that. And finally, Hera punishing her is also messed up. I guess less messed up than...
They really do victim blame a lot in the Greek society.
Like she had done literally nothing wrong. And again, it's kind of like they don't ever get to the root of the problem. They just kind of deal with, oh, well, she slept with him. Then obviously she's the problem, not Zeus, the massive bigot and sexual deviant. Mother and son could not remain together. So the mummy bear and the baby boy couldn't be together.
Oh no, because a bear can't raise a child. Are you goddamn crazy?
Have you seen Jungle Book? That's delightful.
That's true. That's true.
So Zeus dispatched Hermes.
Although there is another sequel, like an alternate Jungle Book ending, where Baloo just mauls the shit out of Mowgli.
Hey, Baloo! Oh my god!
Yeah, it's crazy. It's mental. And then Shere Khan comes in and eats up the corpse of Mowgli because they're wild animals and they don't care. But Rudyard Kipling, he thought he'd be nice and...
Rudyard Kipling, that's his first draft. His publisher was like, maybe.
He gave her a tough time, Rudyard, yeah.
Mother and son could not remain together, though. And so, Zeus dispatched Hermes to take Arcas to Maya. And she raised the son of Callisto.
As her own.
Yes.
Oh.
I assume it's a she. I don't know.
I
Eventually...
suppose guys can raise children too.
Well, we can't speak from experience, can we? Innit?
No.
Because
I lost mine in a shopping mall. Oh, that sounds like a Jamie Bolger reference, which it wasn't. Which it wasn't.
No,
it wasn't.
What, Dan? I think
There's a joke about me leaving a kid. I don't have a kid.
Maybe you left your kid in a SAX and they're trying to find deep blue sea.
Deep blue sea, yeah, into the blue.
Into the blue.
Into the blue. Call back to episode something.
You can't just guess at the like.
I'm terrible at knowing which episodes are what.
Do you know what episode this is?
39.
Good for you. So Maya took care of Callisto. Took care of Arcas. Eventually, though, Arcas returned to his homeland, the place in Jungle Book, and succeeded his grandfather, Lycaon, to the throne. And he ruled that land, which became known as Arcadia, in his honour.
That's why it's called Arcadia.
Yeah. But also...
Arcadian, what is your profession? I'm a carpenter. What is your profession?
I like to... what I like to do is I create vegan stuff of normal foods. Is that inspired?
Yeah. And then he says, Arcadian, what do you do? I'm a potter. What do you do? I'm a sculptor. Spartan, what is your profession? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Love that scene. That was a 300 reference, by the way, for anyone who just thought I had a stroke.
And also Dan does that every single time we meet up as well.
Yeah.
Callisto, Arcas takes over the throne after Lycaon and creates Arcadia. Whilst Arcas grew up, Callisto, the bear, roamed through the forest where she once hunted. It was a dangerous existence for a she-bear, though, and evading hunting parties took all of her skill. The wanderings of Callisto would eventually take the bear into the very woods and forests that Arcas had himself hunted in, and one day the paths of Callisto and Arcas crossed.
He's going to murder his own mum because she doesn't realise that she's a woman and not a she-bear.
Also,
so she still got the thoughts of a human. That's quite sad.
Yeah. So she's kind of
She's
trapped
basically just brave.
Haven't seen it still. Arcas saw in front of him a magnificent trophy, whilst Callisto saw her son in front of her. And so, rather than running away from the hunter, Callisto walking towards Arcas, hoping to touch her son once again. Now, just, if a bear was coming through you trying to touch you, what the hell would you do in that situation?
I'd be like, this bear's getting killed.
Oh, this bear wants to hug me, yeah. Oh my god, balloon, not again!
Oh, I was doing that thing where it wraps its jaws around my neck. Oh god, no!
Love you too, Mum. Arcas now saw that this was an easy king, and so the king raised his hunting spear and prepared to run the bear through. Now, Dan, what happens next?
Zeus saw all of this from his throne on Mount Olympus, and so the gods stayed the hand. That's definitely a typo. Zeus saw all of this from his throne on Mount Olympus, and so the gods steadied the hand of his son before the killing blow could be delivered. Zeus then transformed Callisto in the constellation known as the Great Bear. Is that meant to say steady? I think that was meant to...
Well, hold on.
It says, so the gods stayed the hand of his son.
I think like they stayed, as in like they stopped it. As in like they,
So
stopped. They stayed the hand.
Stand. I thought it was meant to say steady. That's why I thought there was a typo, but it's obviously not.
It's just an archaic reference, I think.
This is like that time I read Hearth and got confused.
Yeah. Half.
Zeus... God damn it. Zeus saw all of this from his throne on Mount Olympus, and so the god stopped the hand of his son before the killing blow could be delivered. Zeus then transformed Callisto in the constellation known as the Great Bear, Ursa Major. And so that mother and son could be together, Arcas also transformed into the stars this constellation Ursa Minor, the Little Bear. So he's just gone, stop! I'll make you both stars.
Okay.
Which is impossible, because a star is just a giant ball of helium being converted into something, or hydrogen being converted into helium, or helium converted into hydrogen. Whatever a star is, you know what I mean.
Also, right, why does Zeus care? And also, why didn't he do that in the first place?
Well, why didn't he just be nice and just convert her back to being a human? And then
Yeah, right.
Don't just be like, oh, there's only one outcome of this. You both have to go into the space.
Yeah, that's it. No, the only thing, only possible solution. And also, Zeus was the guy that made Maya look after Arcas, right? So he cares to some degree, but it's all as a result of his own fuckery, right? Literally. So why does he... He just wants to meddle and get involved in stuff, but not actually solve things to a significant or satisfactory degree, right?
Yeah.
Just my 2 cents then.
Now, Hera saw this transformation as a constant reminder of the infidelity of her husband. And so, she looks up at the stars and she always sees it. And so, as one last punishment, Hera decided to prevent either constellation from drinking water ever again. Hera therefore convinced Tethys to prevent the stars from ever dipping below the horizon into the earth encircling river. The punishment of Hera would last throughout antiquity until the relative position of the earth and the constellations changed. That's science, that is. So she stopped it from ever dipping below the horizon so they never get to drink from the sea or the river.
Which is not how science works.
Not how science works. It's not to do with that. It's to do with the position of the earth relative to the position of the sun and the stars.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and we're going to go into the ranking section. Hey there, my name's Matt Huss, and in this link I have an American accent, and I advocate the safe use of Miff's podcasts. In small doses. I don't need your treasure. Dan, what did you think of that myth?
I enjoyed that myth.
Nice.
Short but sweet.
Nice and straightforward, isn't it?
Concise and comprised.
Ooh.
Comprised. I went to say a word then, it didn't make sense.
Concise and compromised?
I don't know what I meant to say.
So, Dan, I'm not sure if you recognise, Laura came up with some really fun suggestions to the marking system. She says, we've got to mark out of 40, out of life skills, morals...
Which you give 0 for, or she gave 0
Yeah,
for.
right? Isn't that weird?
So weird.
Like, I didn't want to get...
No, I heard reservation in your voice.
Oh, there was major reservation, but I didn't really have a leg to stand up, and secondly, I'm not an alpha male. I couldn't really do much. I was very scared. Laura was very intimidating, and I couldn't take...
Yeah, that's true.
Because
you can't hit her.
Oh my god!
No, I'm saying you can't. So you did the right thing. Because I know what your temper's like, Matt.
Last night.
That was a huge joke, by the way, Laura. One day, can she come on with all three of us?
Yeah, sure, why not? Do you want to say something to Laura now for the?
Hi Laura, I actually thought you were really funny, and actually Matt will admit to me, before we recorded this episode, we discussed it, and I actually did say that I was kind of jealous because it was really funny. I thought you were very funny.
And I'm sorry I hit you.
No, it was very funny.
No, did you have any other reservations?
It was nice to get a female's opinion on Zeus being a twat.
Yeah, not just ours.
Because it's just nice to have the validation. Like, I just think it adds gravitas to it.
Yeah.
Whereas me and you can be like, oh, that was so sexist.
Yeah, and
then in the same sentence say some horrendous stuff like what I just said.
Yeah, like we are wading a thin line today, Dan. Life skills, morals, creativity, and the WTF factor. I think that no podcast has ever got a 0 before, but
this is a good one.
I think I do. You know what? Surprisingly good. So, what the practical things we learned, Dan?
How to hunt.
Yeah.
How to kill a bear.
Yep.
How to send a bear up into the sky.
How to make sure it doesn't dip.
How to make sure it doesn't dip. How to transform yourself into Artemis.
Yes.
How to take a girl's virginity and make her pregnant.
And also how let's add a clause to that, to exploit women.
Exploit women. How to exploit women.
Which is why we
new book.
yeah. Buy it now on Amazon. We learned how to not kill a bear.
How to not kill a bear, that's true.
How to
hide from hunters. The bear hid from the hunters.
Yes, evading. That's actually really good.
How to give birth.
Yeah, how to give birth. How to adopt and kind of be...
that's true. How to adopt.
How
that even if you have been growing up in an adoptive family, you can still go back to your biological grandfather and take over his throne.
Yeah, and that always happens. You always have to take over a throne.
Always have to take over a throne.
I also learned that you get punished regardless of your decisions, and it's always been turned into a she-bear, regardless of the...
Yeah. 8.
It's quite fantastical. We learned a lot of bits and pieces. I don't think there's any major thing we learned, though. There was lots of good bits. Nothing, maybe 7 or
7.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah.
Morals don't
exploit women.
Yeah, don't exploit women. That's my other takeaway.
Own up to your. It's always the same. Own up to your actions. Don't just try and keep changing them and changing them. He was like, oh shit, I'm changing him into a bear. And shit, I change them. I'll make them into. Just be honest. Change them back to normal people.
And if he had an actual honest conversation with his wife Zeus, he'd be so much happier. Why is he still married to her if he keeps on wanting fucking around? You know what I mean? It's just, oh god, sort your life out, man. But yeah, I mean, like, I guess it's all about punishment and it's victim blaming, and it's not cool, I guess. But also, I guess I think they paint it as a happy ending in terms of
they get to be together. But I really don't see it like that.
Also, imagine if you're the king of a place and you're in your 30s, you're doing pretty well. You've got a lovely wife, you've got some kids. You spent the rest of eternity with your mum. That's fucking nuts.
Orbiting space.
Yeah, like, Mum, oh god, it's driving me insane.
Orbit space, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But, like, that's not good. Like,
no.
You spend the rest of your time with your mum as well. And also, because he's called the Little Bear, is he a bear now too?
Yeah, he's a little bear, yeah. They made him a bear, yeah.
What? Oh god, it's so annoying. And what happened to Arcadia afterwards?
It became the home of Pac-Man.
Okay. Alright, so what...
That was an arcade reference.
Oh, I guess.
Anyway, yeah.
See, some jokes just fly on my head down.
Yeah, sorry.
Morals, maybe 7?
I was going to give it a 7. There's a big overriding theme here, which is own up to your actions. And don't rape women.
Yeah, that's a broad...
It's amazing how many of these myths have the same...
Fucking hell, yeah. Creativity.
Pretty creative.
It's an origin story about the stars, so that's quite cool. And also, I think the template of Zeus fucking over a lady's we've heard it before, but it's done in a way which is...
It's slightly new.
Yes, like the bear, and also the punishment, and also having Artemis as well.
And there was like 3 ways, too. It was Artemis, Zeus, and Hera. It wasn't just like...
There's 3 different versions of the story as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna... What number are you thinking?
I'm thinking a 6 or a 7.
I was thinking 6, I think.
I was thinking 6. WTF?
Again, Zeus, bringing home the bacon on this one.
Bringing home the bacon.
Again, spending the rest of eternity with your mum. That's weird.
Spending the rest of eternity with your mum. Giving birth and then immediately becoming a she-bear.
Yeah, imagine that day. That's a stressful day.
The other weird one is the idea that Zeus would have impregnated her as Artemis.
Yes, that's a good point. And also how Artemis chucked her away so fast as well.
Yeah, that's messed up. How she wasn't even like, oh, I'm so sorry that my dad did this to you. She was just like, well, that's your own fault, bitch.
And also...
Shouldn't be wearing a miniskirt around Zeus.
He's making a satirical point.
That was a satirical point about how people victim blame girls for what they're wearing, when actually it's about the mindset of the men involved.
Oh, that's nice then.
I'm actually a good guy, really.
Well, let's say that to all the dead prostitutes. No, I think, and also it's kind of WTF that, sorry, it's also WTF that she tried to hide it as well. She didn't cut. Bear in mind that Artemis is supposed to be her friend.
Yeah.
Go, look, your dad raped me, like, but then again, like,
but she's embarrassed. Like, it's scary.
She doesn't want to.
She doesn't know the consequences of Zeus.
Yeah, and sorry, I take that back. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I think I think what my point is, the situation that she's forced into is messed up.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe a 7 again.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Or a 6?
I think a 7 again.
Yeah,
I think it's solid.
It's a solid episode, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is.
So it's 7 for life skills,
7 for morals,
6 for creativity,
7 for WTF.
and mix it all together. 27?
Yeah, 27.
27. I think that's a pretty standard myth right there.
It's not bad. For such a short myth, it had a lot.
Well, I don't think it was a short myth. I think it just wasn't an overarching one, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
No, it's nice just to chill.
I like these little creative creation stories every now and then.
Yeah, you learn a lot.
You do.
So Dan, what do we? I'm not sure if you remember, but we actually have some social media. But we do.
We do, yeah.
And how?
At Miss Podcast.
I was about to lead up to that question. So you prematurely promoted a podcast there. I'll say it again. Dan, what's your favourite Twitter site in which everyone should follow at?
I don't really go on Twitter much, so I don't really know about what's kind of out there at the moment, like in terms of popular. You're getting at the Mad Miss Podcast.
Yeah. Or at Matt Horse Comedy. There you go. A little cheeky reference to me. Or you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And you can follow them. Also, Dan, I've recently got Instagram. I'll say that for next week. I've had a wild ride. Also, I'm doing loads of gigs at the moment. Like, I'm up and down the country quite a lot. For example, when this comes out, it'll be on the 12th, and on the 15th of November, I'm doing my second preview of my brand new show. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. It's called Matt Hoss, Here Comes Your Man. That's in Newcastle at the Cumberland Arms at 7:30, and come on to that. But before you do anything like that, you got to give us a review. Yeah, you. I know you've been listening to this. You've laughed at it so much. You wish you could be us, don't they? They always send us some weird messages.
I would say at least 2% of our listeners probably want to be us.
200%? Because they want to be both of us. But yeah, if you enjoy this and you really like it, why don't you give us 5 stars on iTunes? That's reasonable, isn't it?
That's pretty reasonable, yeah.
If you don't...
Laura did make a good point on episode 38, where she said if you've been listening to the whole episode and then you give it a bad review, what are you doing?
What Dan's going to do, if you don't give us 5 stars, it's going to be pretty brutal, isn't it, Dan?
It is, yeah.
You've mentioned kneecapping people.
Yep.
Curb stomps.
Yep.
Like watching people through their windows.
Yep.
What other stuff are you going to be doing if they don't give us 5 stars? It's nice for blackmailing now, like literal violence.
Probably report them to iTunes.
What?
I'll say, hey, iTunes, this person gave us 1 star. It's obviously been a mistake. Can you make it so that it's 5 stars?
All we're saying is 5 stars is great. Thank you very much.
Before we leave, Matt, can I just show you a picture that I took in South Africa?
Oh, before we do that, email us at misspodcast@gmail.com. There you go. Yes, please. Show us.
This picture's going to blow your mind, by the way, because it actually was the highlight of my trip.
Is it more lions fucking?
No. And it's just a nice little end point.
Do you like to... Is that your fetish
This
now?
is in the wild, in a park.
So, you're going to show me this picture and we'll finish off the episode.
Yeah.
You're going to blow my mind. What the fuck? Is that a white squirrel?
It's an albino squirrel.
Albino squirrel, yes,
albino
mate.
squirrel.
Oh man, that sounds like a great band name, Albino Squirrel.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you did kind of overhamp it a little bit by saying it's the best thing.
That's pretty cool. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you tripping over albino squirrels at home, are you?
Yes, actually, in Yorkshire, we actually, that's where our produce comes from. Wow, that is very cool. Did you take it?
I did, yeah. Not the squirrel, I took the picture.
Yeah, of course. Well,
Wouldn't be able to get through customs with a squirrel.
they could be a hilarious caper. Anyway, thank you for listening to Miffs. I've been Matt Hoss. That's been Laura Lett. I've been Dan Rhodes.
Am I going down and back?
Dan, you're my best friend, and I've missed you.
Thank you.
No, that's the answer.
Oh.
I feel like I've been mean to you this episode. Can you be mean to me? Just to get, because I've not had this for like a month. So can you just give me the worst punch to the gut as possible? Not literally, but like metaphorical punch. It has to be like beating up Nick Frost-esque.
Oh, really bad.
Okay.
Probably left you because you haven't had a haircut.
Oh, that was too much. But say something again which I can't. Can we edit it again? Something we can put for the edit if that's okay.
If this was a narrator, Matt instantly regretted his chance to get down to.
Why did I say that? Why? Also, probably can't have her name on the podcast.
No. Matt, you are a loser.
I'll take that.
That's the worst thing I've ever said to anyone. I'm so sorry.
Well, the thing we just edited out. So thank you so much. I love you lots, Dan, and I'm sure you love me too.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Miffs.